get ready with me. Catch up. Hello glow ups. It has been a hot hour, hasn't it? I hope you guys have been well. I thought the best way to do this whole catch up would be by doing a get ready with me series, a la skincare, of course, because if you know me, I don't wear a whole lot of makeup, so I wouldn't be that informative and educational or entertaining when it comes to doing the whole what do you call that, cat eye wingtip stuff. Yeah, so no. Yeah, so I thought I would do a get ready with me and answer those long overdue Q&A questions, and just shoot the shit, talk, catch up, and yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. So I start with a light cleanse in the morning. Today I'm using Crave's Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser. It's morning, you don't need to double cleanse. You essentially want to just wash off any excess oil or sweat and any overnight product that's been applied before going to sleep. Keep it simple. I personally enjoy a cleanser that does not create too much foam, otherwise it can strip away the moisture and leave your skin feeling drier. Just remember, keep your morning cleanse simple. I usually air dry my face so that I can apply my hyaluronic lotion by Hellooooo onto my damp skin. The key word here, people, is damp skin. And then I just pat, and apply it to my skin, and I'm ready to go. Alright, now that my face is all prepped and primed, I'm going to do an extended version of the Get Ready With Me. I am going to incorporate masking. So this is the Snail Bee High Content Mask Pack. So I'm going to put this on. I already have it open so that you don't see me, or should I say, spare you the trouble of watching me struggle, undoing the mask. So here we go. There we go. Oop. Yeah, watch me struggle with this. Anyways, I don't worry too much about the under eye because alright. And I do this about twice a week. I don't go all crazy and do it every day, but I do it about twice a week. So once on the weekend, once on the weekday, on those days where your skin just needs that extra hydration, that's when I do it. And just like that, I'm going to get into the first question. So what is your favorite serum? So I don't actually have a favorite, to be honest. And I used to have a really unhealthy obsessions of serums. Oh yeah, I probably have tried every product out there that's in the market, but I have yet to find one that I'm like, wow, this is amazing for me. And now I feel like the trend is more about people concocting their own blends. But listen, I'm in my 30s, so I don't have time to play trial and error. When I pay for a product, I want it to work. If you're gonna ask me what specific product, I don't have one, so I skip that step. And what I actually have gotten really into are oils. So I start using oils, and I apply that at the end of my skincare routine. So that's what I do. I am just gonna use this to really get my products soaked into my skin. It's funny, a lot of people ask me, do these tools actually work? And I have to say, I don't know. But what I do know is that it feels nice. It's really massaging and it feels really nice. And it kind of makes you feel like you're at a mini spa, getting your own facial. Well, not really, but... Alright. So just, I usually bring down the extra serum down to my neck because you can never forget your neck. So I use the Beauty Counters Eye Revive a Cooling Mask. So I know there's a whole question about eye creams. Do you use it? Do you not? The answer is, truthfully, I don't. I used to have literally every, products for the different, steps. But now I've kind of cut down a lot of products. I do use a vitamin C. And the answer is yes, I do. I used to. So one of my favorite, all-time favorite is the SkinCeuticals Ferulic Acid. That is like my go-to. It is expensive, but I know it works. So yeah. But I actually don't have one on me because I used it all and I have yet to replenish. And yeah, that sucks. But so the reason why I didn't replenish was because in between the last bottle, my aunt on my mom's side, who actually loves skincare as much as I do, if not more, had introduced me to a natural oil. Anyway, so it's called tamanu oil, and it is actually so the oil is extracted from the seed of the tropical evergreen called the tamanu nut tree, and it looks like this. So this is the one that I use, but yeah, so it's to heal acne scars and dark spots in a very, very gentle way. So it's not as, strong. So you probably won't see the impact right away. But, the key is consistency. So with any skincare product, you have to be disciplined in using, the product every day. Just like like a tamanu oil or anything, right? And so I've been using this for about 6 months, and I use it more to spot treat. I don't apply it all over my face. And the other thing is it smells. So, I mean, it's a natural smell, but man, I'm yeah, pass. But, anywho, so I use it to spot treat, and, I've been using it for 6 months, and I have to say I have been enjoying it. All right, so next question is, do you use retinol? The answer is yes. So I actually, before I started, I was really hesitant to even get into it. All because, I've read the reviews, I've heard the horror stories of, people's skins purging and, drying out and flaking and all that stuff. And I thought, man, just when I thought my skin is somewhat, calm, do I want to really put my skin through that again? And so I was really on the fence about it. And, even trying products that actually contain retinol as an ingredient, I found it to be drying for my skin. So I thought maybe retinol is not for me. And I held off for a little bit. And then I'm like, all right, bitch, you're old enough, you're 30s, you need it. So I was like, how do I even get started on it? And I was doing a lot of research. And then, one of the great things about collaborating with brands and whatnot is, yes, you get to try their products. And as you guys know, I'm part of the skin team on Versed. And so one of the things that I got to try was their Press Restart. It's their gentle retinol serum. And yeah, I tried it and I was like, oh my God, I love it. It was just it wasn't drying, and it just worked. And also the price point, because on the flip side, once I'm done, testing and trying products, I am also a consumer. And so I've actually, bought this bottle. They actually also sell it in Canada now. It's available at Shoppers. So I am so happy because I'm like, okay, wait, when I'm done, what do I do? And then, lo and behold, Shoppers has it. So, yeah. So definitely worth the price point for what it does. It's very mild and gentle, but I actually really enjoy it. So this is my go-to for retinol. I use it every night, and I've been using it for over a year now. Yeah. So don't judge me. We're about to do this together. I saw a Korean variety show, and I saw the Korean celebrity using it, and I was like, I want to try that. So I got it. It is a chin mask, and what you do is you put it centered on your chin, and then you put the hole through your ear, and then the rest is supposed to sort of take care of itself. So it's supposed to lift and tighten your chin, give you that V line. What is the one thing that not many people know about you that you can share? Alright, so despite what you see on my social media, or if you've already figured it out, the lack of things that I don't share on my social media is that I am a very private person. And oftentimes when I meet people and they get to know me, they're often surprised that I'm more on the introverted, quieter side, because I think they assume that I would be, more extroverted and out there because of a public account. But yeah, I'm actually very private in terms of that, and like to keep my personal life separate from what I share on my public account. And so even when I first started this whole digital content creation on the side, it was really to just sort of archive and document the evolution to my personal style and share that. And, you know, even Instagram, it used to be a photo filtering app, and that's what I used it for before it became this monster of a platform it is today. And so, you know, it wasn't until my collaboration with Puma that my style and my account became really popular and took off. And from there, I was able to, you know, collaborate with all these different amazing notable brands that even for myself, like I had to pivot from being this personal style to a much more holistic lifestyle personal brand. So I met with a marketing agency that specializes in representing digital content creators, or aka influencers, and I had asked them, you know, like, what is the next step? You know, what is the evolution from my personal brand and where it is today? And they said, you know, we're going to be very honest with you. You don't share enough of your personal life with the public, you know, and that is sort of like the next level of engagement. And yeah, I mean, I was like, well, yeah, you're right, because I don't like to, and there's nothing to really share. And, you know, I mean, I'm like, you know, I'm not a reality show. Don't get me wrong, I love reality shows. Okay, I love a good reality show, and I'm all for it. You know, Bachelor Nation, represent. And so, you know, but I struggled with the notion that, you know, one is like, why the hell would I want to share every, you know, waking, breathing moment of my life? And in turn, who wants to see me every waking, breathing moment of my life? So that's kind of where I was struggling, and I felt like I hit a plateau because I kind of already drew myself a line in terms of my limitation of what I was willing to share. I'm this normal, you know, girl, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, corporate girl. And then on weekends, I really just like to spend my time with my husband. And so, you know, I did try it out on a weekend, took out my phone, tried to record, you know, like what we were doing. But I kind of found myself annoyed at myself. You know, I was like, here I am. I should be enjoying the moment, be in the moment. But I was just so busy recording that I was missing out. And so I was like, you know what? Yeah. Toss that idea, and it felt quite liberating, and I haven't looked back since. And so yeah, I just don't share a lot, and when you do, and if you follow me, usually I'm at events or a fashion show or you know, traveling, and that's when, you know, I feel like it's entertaining or, you know, something that is worthwhile sharing with you guys that I want to share. So that's when I share things on my story. If you see me at a party, I mean, I am the life of the party. I like to work hard, play hard. And so my husband shares that philosophy and life with me. And so otherwise, I mean, I'm a very private person. Next question. How have you been taking care of yourself mentally and emotionally during the pandemic? Well, first of all, I can't believe that it's already been a year since COVID-19 have been declared a global pandemic, and we have been in lockdown since. I know, crazy. So I don't think you need me to remind you or stress the importance of taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. How have I been taking care of myself? I'll get to that in a second. What I have learned is to take things slow. If you guys know me, I am so impatient and I like to get things done right away. And so for me, taking things slow, you know, even though it's almost forced upon us because literally everything just shut down, but taking things slow has been the biggest learning curve and a battle on its own for me. But the bigger battle was that I was diagnosed with a lesion in my intestine, and you know, thankfully and luckily they were able to detect it early, that they were able to have the tumor removed, but ultimately it was colon cancer. And so I was grappling at the word cancer, cancer patient, cancer survivor, chemotherapy, any word associated to cancer. You know, it really took a mental and emotional toll on me. And so, you know, I'm not gonna cry. You know, I had been a walking crying bomb. Oh Lord. I'm much better now. I'm still in the recovery process, you know, healing mentally, physically, and emotionally. And so why am I sharing this? Because I wanted to stress the importance of, you know, taking time off for yourself. taking time for yourself and putting your health first. And I wanted to use my platform as a voice for cancer patients, cancer survivors, that you're not alone in this journey. But yeah, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, social media has been one of the biggest scapegoat during the lockdown for all of us. And sometimes looking at just like a picture perfect post, you know, without really knowing the, you know, story behind the struggles, the adversity of someone, you know, it's really hard to relate or resonate with. And so, you know, it does subconsciously take a mental toll on us, you know, on our well-being. And so it's okay to take time off from social media. You know, that's what I did. I took time off for me, for myself, and, you know, to heal and to recover. And then, you know, I came back when I was ready. And I think we all need a healthy dose of that JOMO, the joy of missing out. And so, yeah, you know, just remember that without struggles, there is no success, much like, you know, there's no learning without any experience. And so it's okay, you know, to fear and, you know, to be scared of the unknown. It's okay, you know, to be not okay. It's okay, you know, that we all have our good days and bad days. And when you're feeling overwhelmed, just remember to breathe and take it one day, one step at a time. And, you know, the other thing is remember to, you know, the importance of being present, because everything else around us goes and moves on so fast that it's so important to be present in where you are, what you're doing, so that you don't lose out on that moment. And, you know, even for me, like, taking it slow was such a hurdle, because, you know, I had to understand that, you know, this healing process does not happen overnight like this, you know, and I had to come to terms with it. So that was a learning curve on its own. But thankfully, you know, I have an amazing network of family and friends and my husband, you know, that just show unconditional love and support, you know, that really gave me the courage to be vulnerable and share my story with you guys. And so, you know, what does my path forward look like? I don't know. You know, what does the way forward look like? I don't know. You know, what will my content consist of going forward? I don't know. I hope it's something similar. But what I do know is that I hope that I continue to be as real with you guys, because without sharing the story, I wouldn't be me. And I hope that you continue to follow my journey. Alright, I have to apologize for looking like this while I was sharing my story, but yeah. And I don't know if it actually gave me a V-line or not. Alright, next is moisturizer. So I'm going to be using the 2x Barrier Intensive Cream by Sunjung. I use this on a daily because I like it. It's like the in-between my light creams and my heavier creams. So I use a gel cream in the summertime because I find that my skin gets more oilier because I use more sunscreen. And then in the wintertime, I use a heavier cream because my skin tends to be on the drier and flakier side. So this is a nice like in-between lotion cream. Anyway, so I'm gonna put this. I don't know why I'm singing like that. Anyway, so I just apply it. And then just make sure that you take it down to your neck. Your neck will thank you later. And my face is already like dewy and all that from the mask and whatnot, so I'm not putting too much right now. But notice how, like, because I don't have so many steps, I had to incorporate the masking to my get ready with me. Oh, and if you have any excess, just, you know, put it on your hand because your hand loves moisturizers. Okay, next question is, how do you prevent dryness in the cold weather? Ooh, that's a tricky one. Alright, well, personally, I really like coconut oil instead of body lotion. And I feel like that's really worked out well for my skin, like on my arms and legs and stuff. And then for my face, as I mentioned before, I really like heavier creams. So I tend to use a heavier cream in the wintertime. But if all that fails, and then, you know, like sometimes you get like these, like, I call them ice crack dry patches. They look like ice crack because it's like white and then like yeah, anyways. So when you have that, I usually put Vaseline on, and you would be amazed at how, yeah, basically petroleum jelly is my BFF in the wintertime because it just works and it just, you know, repairs, heals, and then you can use your, you know, other moisturizers afterwards. But yeah, that's what I use in the wintertime. This is my current favorite that I'm using. It's by Versed. It's their Sunday morning antioxidant oil / serum. And the reason why it's like two-tone is because, you know, you have like the serum and the oil, and so like, you know, depending on what you want to use, you can like extract from the top or the bottom, or if you want to mix it, you can just shake it up and then use it. Anyway, so this is what I've been enjoying recently. The other one that I use in the wintertime is the La Mer Renewal Oil. That's also really nice. And it's right here. This is my also go-to. Yeah. This one, I mean, it just smells so decadent. I know like people are really sensitive to fragrances and stuff, so yeah, that's my favorite. It just smells like a decadent bottle of, I don't know what, but it just smells so nice and I love it. Anyways, every time I put it on, I'm like, ah. This is a hybrid between the serum and the oil, and I'll just show you a close-up of what it looks like. Just a couple of drops, nothing more. And then I just rub it a little bit to give it that like, and then I just press onto my cheekbone area. It's got that little shine. Gives it that glow. Alright, so next question is, what advice do you have for aspiring content creators? Okay, the first one would be quality. So, you know, before you start, ask yourself, what will really set you apart from some of the other content creators, and what are some of those contents that you can provide or offer to your followers? And then, you know, once you get those things in motion, that's when you will truly, you know, understand and appreciate the amount of time and effort and work that goes on behind those posts. And then the second would be consistency. So I know I haven't been following my own advice on this recently, but for people that are starting, it is important to be consistent. As much as you are, you know, keeping your followers engaged, you also want to make sure that you're posting consistently, because one is, you know, the Insta algorithm isn't all that great, so you want to also make sure that you're posting on, you know, a same time, day, so that your followers know when to come back and can expect a new post. But yeah, so those are kind of like the two. And then, you know, the other is just really like, don't drain yourself out creatively, because once you start, you know, losing the fun out of it, then, you know, you kind of forget why you started in the first place, and so you might lose that enjoyment, you know, eventually. So it's really important to remind yourself to have fun with it as much as you're being, you know, consistent with quality content. All right, last but not least, the final step is sunscreen. You didn't think I'd forget this step, did you? So the question that I saw that was relevant to this step was, how much sunscreen do you actually use? And I must have shown multiple times how much sunscreen I use on my stories, but because this is an important topic, I am happy to show it over and over again. And to cancer patients and survivors, I don't need to remind you that chemotherapy heightens the sun sensitivity, so please, please protect your beautiful skin at all times. So I use the Versed Guards Up Daily Mineral Sunscreen, and so a good rule of thumb. So if you've watched my videos, I've always said, you know, use 1/2, 1/3, 1/4 of a teaspoon. And I, you know, some of you have messaged me and go, what the hell, you know, like sometimes I use it and I have too much or too little product left. So a good rule of thumb is also using your 3 fingers. And you've probably seen, you know, influencers or dermatologists that you follow on socials do this as well. So you use your index, your middle, and your ring finger, like so, right? And then, the fun part, you apply. Just like that. And I actually don't rub it in so hard because, you know, I don't want it to like mess with my other products that I have underneath it. So I just kind of like, you know, do it kind of gently. You know, I don't need to be so rough with my skin. So there's already the index finger gone, and then I use Alright, so that is the end of my skincare routine. The other question that someone asked me was, how do you reapply your sunscreen? And I mean, there's so many forms out there, whether it's spray or, you know, powder, or even like reapplying, you know, your existing sunscreen through a compact like sponge. I personally use the Supergoop Glow Oil. It's actually a spray. And it's SPF 50, so I like 3 questions left, and I will try to answer them as quick as possible. So the first question is, what is the one item that you cannot live without? If it had to be a physical item, it would have to be my phone, only because my phone probably has my life planned out better than my brain or my memory could depend on, so my phone. The second question is, where was your favorite travel destination? It would have to be hands down the Maldives. My husband and I, we went there for our wedding anniversary, and it was just the epitome of paradise and, you know, seclusion and breathtaking, and I mean, you name it. It was a magical moment that we had. You literally felt like it was just him and I, you know, on planet Earth, swimming with the fishies and sharks. Yeah, so much so that we went back because it was just amazing. And if you were to ask me where is that one place that you would go back to, Maldives it would be. Yeah. Last question is, could you do a what's in your bag series? Yes, just not at this given second because I don't have a bag that is full. So the next time I do go out, I'll be sure not to empty it, and then I'll do a video, and that way it would be a good segue and you can stay tuned for that. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you continue to follow me as I continue this journey. Please make sure to like and subscribe and all that fun jazz. And please, 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 I cannot stress this enough. Take care of your, you know, your physical, your mental, and your emotional well-being. Please, you know, take time for yourself. Please make sure to take time off for yourself and get yourself checked and put your health first. I cannot stress that enough. So thank you so much for watching again, guys. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you next time.